when did you first get involved in sports? Was that something that you grew up watching?
First time. Well, I mean, yeah, I was. My dad was a Browns fan, and I was somewhat of a Browns fan. And believe me, that's pretty tough, man. That's like, going out there to the, ballpark every day or the playground and just getting your ass whooped and just going out there every single year and knowing you're going to get bloodied up. But my dad was a Browns fan. I was and then in 2007, I actually met the Browns and they put a restraining order on me. And I was like, what am I a fan for?
Wait, why'd you get a restraining order?
I told him to draft Adrian Peterson. 321, 1985. 11 life path. And he turned out to be a Hall of Famer. They didn't listen to me. They picked up a good player, but they didn't pick him. And I used to go to Berea. That's where their headquarters was in Cleveland. And I went to the secretary, went through everybody. Unfortunately, the GM at the time was the ordained minister, and he wasn't trying to hear it. And he told someone in security, and I get a phone call one day. And it's something like this. I pick up, and he's like, "Son, my name is Lou Maroletti. Do you know who I am?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Google me. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of mobster is this calling me like that? And, I Googled who he was. Former head of the Secret Service under Bill Clinton. Next time he called me, I said, "Yes, sir." But he told me to leave the Browns alone. And this guy's, because he was the president for Brown Security at the time. He retired. And I was like, "Listen, I got something here. He's like, "I don't care. We're putting a restraining order on you." So they did it. I mean, I had stuff with the Cleveland Indians, had stuff with the Cleveland Cavs. But I have more success with other teams in California. And that story will come out eventually one day.
So when it comes to numerology, especially when you said you work with certain people that are religious, and you said there was this guy that wasn't trying to hear any of this, he was an ordained minister. I've
got a lot better since 2007 at explaining myself.
Is there a conflict between, let's say, Abrahamic faiths, in particular,
Zero.
between that and numerology?
Zero. You open the Bible, it's full with numbers. You open the Quran, it's filled with numbers. You open the Torah, it's filled with numbers. So if numbers are evil, so is the book they're written in. So after I say that, what can they really say?
Yeah. Was there anybody that reached out to you that you were surprised by, where you were like, "Oh, I never thought this guy would believe in this," or maybe public facing, he's against numerology and says it's bullshit, but behind the scenes?
No, I don't get starstruck.
No, not starstruck. Like, you were surprised that, "Oh, I didn't think this person believed in this stuff."
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've done readings for people in the House of Saud. If you're doing readings for people in the royalty in Saudi Arabia, at that point, would you get surprised about anyone? I had this one guy call me, and he's like, "Yeah, Gary, I want to set a wedding date." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, you're paying me a lot of money. I'll do whatever. What's the wife's birthday?" And he's like, "Which one?" I'm like, "Okay." So apparently he had 3 wives, and there you're allowed to have 4. So he was asking me who his 4th wife should be, and he was giving me a list of this person. He's like, "This is my final wife. I cannot have any more. I have to get this one right." I'm like, after he told me he could have 4 wives, I told him, "Allah Akbar, brother." But at the end of the day, who the hell wants more than one woman? I mean, that's a fucking headache, dude. That's a fucking headache, man. They're emotional, filled with problems. If they don't get their way, they act like a child. Who the fuck wants more than one of those?
Yeah, them, apparently.